Hello folks, welcome to another episode of videos here on Airsoft Ninja's channel, where I will give you footage, reviews, and strategies on airsoft parks and events in Southern California and beyond. I'm starting a new series of videos called Honest Reviews of Airsoft Parks in Southern California. Many of you know I am no stranger to Airsoft. I've played for about 6 years now, up till the end of 2014. I've played for a long time, and I have played in a lot of parks in Southern California. I have seen the good, the bad, and the ugly in a lot of these parks. And I've noticed in Southern California there are a lot of parks. More parks than probably most parts of the country. We have actually 19 parks in total. That's right, 19 of them. These are public parks. I am counting, of course, parks that actually charge you money and are open regularly for people to play what they call walk-on games. So you may be a regular at one park and not understand what goes on in another park. Well, that's what these videos are for. I've been a customer, a businessman, and employee of Airsoft, and I want to give to the community a great tool to help shape our Airsoft community better. So now let me get the legal stuff out of the way and say a few more lines. So here it is. Okay, this series of videos are my opinion on how these parks are doing this past year, to further help others understand what they will be expecting from these parks, to praise the good I see, and to help them understand what they need to improve upon. This is my right upon freedom of speech that I judge these parks from a customer perspective to those who wish to hear, as I will be honest in my reviews with a point system in each category I came up with on my own. Now you're gonna ask, how does this judging system works? Okay, so here it is. Each park will get 6 categories where they will be judged from. Within each of these categories, they will have subcategories. So for example, within facilities, it has 5 categories. Number of fields, organizations of the fields, restrooms, shops, and food. Now once again, these are all stuff I came up with on my own. Now you see, for example, they have 8 fields, but their fields are pretty organized but not to the max potential, so it only got 6. So on and so forth. So when you add all this chart together, you get a total of 7 points of 10 for facilities. And that's how my chart works. Once you add up all those points, it will show you in each category how much they got, and within there you can see each subcategories. I'm also not gonna only focus on the math, but also on realism basically. What that means is I'll try to give you, for example, the history of the park, has it improved from the past, and the certain categories such as park management, for example, suck so bad that although sportsmanship of regular players are really awesome there, or the staff service there are really awesome, just the park management are terrible, would make the park almost unbearable, things like that. So as much as I say I'm judging these parks, I'm just giving out information, because you, the viewers, are the real judge. You decide within these categories what's more important for you. I'm only giving you information in which I find are the most important to keep these parks running well. Alright, so let me explain each categories and their subcategories. Okay, we got first facility. Within that we got number of fields, quite self-explanatory, and then organization of fields, meaning how organized are the fields, how well built are they for Airsoft. Is there a lot of no man's land? Is there a balance between each field? Restrooms, is it real restrooms or is it some portal land? Do they have a pro shop? Do they have good food or at least accessible food nearby? And then you got the friendliness of our regular players of the park. This one's very important because without regulars, a park would not function. And that depends if these regulars are friendly or are they just all trying to be hardcore and all want to be jerks. As individual, and how do they represent themselves as a group or a team? Are they a group of really well-rounded players who love to have fun, or are they just a group of cheaters who wants to own the place? These kind of issues are important. And now you have staff service. Are they helpful? Do they care about your well-being? Do they understand the rules? Whether at other parks, at their own park, how do they intertwine? Do they set up the games well? Are the games fun to play? Do they want you to have fun and play the stuff you want to play? And the reflection on the management. A lot of times, most of the time actually, staff represent the management. If staffs seem to not care about the place, most likely it's because management doesn't care about them. If staffs are really enthusiastic about making the place run well, it's probably because management are doing a good job. And then we have park management. Now I believe this is the most important part of Airsoft field. If management does well, most likely everything else will probably do well. If management does not do well, then most likely most other things on the list will suck. So are management helpful? If the park break something that you have, for example your LiPo battery, they charge it, they blew it up, are they going to replace it for you and then educate their staff? Do they explain the rules well enough for you to understand? So you can just walk in, you know where the rules are, you know what the rules are in this park, you know how to play, all that good stuff. And comforts of players. For example, if it is an outdoor field, at the resting area where you get stationed and stuff, do they have tents set up so you don't get beamed down to death by SoCal's sun and heat? If they're indoor, do they have air conditioning? Reflection on staff. Most likely, like before, staff represent the management, so does the management represent their staff, and most likely the regular players as well. If there are crap that goes on in the staff and regular players, it's because management allowed that to happen. If, for example, the good regular players keep leaving, it's probably because people aren't stupid and they know what's up. When management doesn't care about the park, they'll leave to go to another park. It is SoCal. Like I said, we have 19 parks. Do they update their website? Because most players who travel to somewhere else and want to go to a different park, their website tells you everything, right? So do they update it? The rules, things like that. Events, website updates is part of management's job and it's very important. Now the price. Of course we play Airsoft because one of the reasons is that Airsoft BBs are much cheaper than paintball. So how's the walk-on price? I say $20 is the average. Some parks are 25. Some parks with one Airsoft fields would cost $25, and then there are other parks with several Airsoft fields that cost also $25. So you be the judge. Events. Do they charge a lot more for events, or with events are not so much different from regular walk-ons? How about night games? Do they charge extra for night games? Are the night games more fun? Things like that. Do they put out coupons and discounts for you to try to get onto? Last but not least, how active is this park? Do they only have walk-ons, and those walk-ons are only Saturdays and Sundays? Do they have promotions wherewith they have pro players to come in, like Desert Fox or the E-Fight crew, all those guys, whatever Airsoft celebrities you can name? Do they have them come in to try to promote more players? Do they have commercials? Do they have events? That's probably the most important part about activities. You gotta constantly have big events to have people come because they want to come to have big games. More players equals more fun most of the time. Otherwise, if you want to play small games, most people, those who want to do that would just do so at their backyards. So here it is, my chart of importance. Of course, park management, I put that at the uttermost important. And then we have sportsmanship and staff, and then price and facility, and I think activities is the least important. Now all this stuff are important. This is just how I rate them. Take what you think works for you. Like I said, I only give the information and I want you guys to be the real judge. All that being said, Airsoft is such a fun game. I wish everybody do their best to keep these parks open and make them the best they could be. I will begin judging very early, probably on the 1st, this coming year 2015, to be judging on how parks did last year. These are the parks I'm gonna be reviewing for 2014 because I've been to them before, and for 2014 I've also been to them. I would be able to appropriately and in an educational way judge them and review them for you guys. And for most parts, I would have really good things to say about them. Some of them, not too much. And these are the parks I won't be able to review somewhere in 2015 for 2014, because within 2014 I was not able to go to them. Some of them, like Patriot, I've been there before, and then others like Desert Fox, I've never been there, so I can't judge them for 2014 on how they did and give you guys a proper review. So perhaps next time. Alright, that's it folks. Also find me on Facebook to find out where I will go play next. I usually post on Facebook a couple days ahead telling folks where I will go play Airsoft next, and then put up the footage a week later. So find out, friend me on Facebook and find out where I will go. Hopefully you can meet me there and we can all have some fun. As always, like, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. Airsoft Ninja, clocking out.